Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today we are showcasing the movie bosses team, new to global. Obviously, if you haven't seen my summon video that I put up yesterday, check that out. But obviously, spoiler alert, I did manage to pull Turles, and I found a friend who is Super Attack 10. Obviously, he has a lot of Kais to spare. As you might be aware, Turles has a farmable Super Attack, but his event is not around that you can farm the thing from. We all kind of expected that it would just drop at the same time as him, so I'm not sure why they've done that. I don't know when his event will actually come back, but considering his role on the team, aside from his leader skill, is basically to be a support unit, I'm not too worried about leaving mine at Super Attack 1 until his event comes back. And you see there, the friend with Super Attack 10, he's plus 2,000 in the dupe system, so no dupes. Hitting for almost 1 million with no crit on type advantage is not bad. Cooler, sadly, with type disadvantage, but he's getting plus 80% attack from the two Turleses on rotation, so my one, hitting for 350k at Super Attack 1, I mean, I guess that's not the worst, but... So here comes a Vegeta. So you can see the team build up at the side there. So Turles is basically a support unit, so he will be floating. And then we have the Int Metal Cooler, who provides, is it 30% attack? 30% and 2 key. And then of course we have the TUR Broly and LR Broly rotation. And then we will have Janemba with Cooler. So let's just get rid of Goku straight away. It seems like the best idea. I didn't want to break up the Broly rotation straight away, but definitely it would have probably been better to have Janemba in that first slot, but don't want to mess around with the rotations too much, especially since Broly's going to get a super attack here. 148, wow. So the team has 360,000 HP. That's not as much as I was expecting, although I suppose a lot of my units on this team don't have as many buffs as they could potentially have. My Turles, I didn't actually put any orbs into him yet, so you are seeing him awakened and just completely bare bones, Super Attack 1, no orbs whatsoever, so obviously I'm going to work on that. I don't want to waste too many orbs before I can go down that bottom right path, because I didn't want to fill out too much of the rest of the web, and then say his event drops at like the end of the week, I won't have had a chance to get any more agility orbs, so I'm kind of just holding off for now. But he is a support unit, and yeah, since the Int Metal Cooler is probably one of the best support units to run in that last spot, I should probably put some orbs and stuff into him, because I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of his dupe pass unlocked. So okay, so we will, I guess in this instance we'll leave Turles in the front again, just because he has type disadvantage against Gogeta, so we don't really want him to get hit multiple times at the end. So let's heal up and give ourselves an attack boost. So Cooler is going to shine on this team, because this is the first time I've been able to use Cooler on a team with higher than a 120% leader skill, since he's not in any of the other categories. I do love the Turles super attack animation as well, it's pretty awesome. So, probably won't make a super long video out of this, we won't go through the entire boss rush, so we'll probably do the first two, and then depends how long the video's been going, I guess. But yeah, Cooler tanking like a boss and dealing out quite a lot of damage. Hey, Metal Cooler getting that free level 5 dodge. At least I don't think I've put anything into him, let's have a look. Oh, okay, yeah. So I must have filled out his top right, because he has a support unit. He doesn't really need to deal damage. So dodge, and then I'll end up giving him full dodge and then 6 crit, because it doesn't really need to additional. Because like I say, he's never really gonna deal a huge amount of damage anyway. So but yeah, so the Broly rotation with Turles on rotation, gonna deal a lot of damage here. Broly's attack stat almost 2.5 million, and yeah, over 1 million without a crit with the one super attack. So Easily looking at over 2 million damage in that turn from LR Broly. Hey, and we're getting the transformation. So Turles eating the fruit of the Tree of Might, getting buff. Unfortunately, that means he does lose his support type passive, which can be bad depending on the situation. Fortunately, Cooler and Janemba link fairly well. They only have shocking speed as a key link, but the orbs have been kind, although sadly not for Turles. But because Turles gets a huge 130% attack and defense boost when transformed, but of course he loses out on that key boost and attack boost for the rest of the team. So but yeah, unfortunately I managed to pull the final Janemba that I needed from Turles' banner as well. So Janemba is now Rainbow, and Janemba not dodging any of those attacks, despite the fact I've given him, I think, like 11 dodge on top of his passive. And it's one of the reasons I've talked about it in other videos before, but it's one of the reasons why I don't rate Janemba in terms of the extreme 120 leaders, because his only gimmick is that he dodges, and he didn't dodge any of those attacks. So obviously he tanks really well as well, which is his main function on this team. It's more about when you're talking about sort of the mono teams, especially when it comes to Super Battle Road, because when it comes to Super Battle Road, Janemba, the fact that he tanks all damage as if he had type advantage makes no real difference, because they all have type advantage in that mode. So you really need him to dodge, and before I got dupes into him, I was having runs of extreme STR before I completed it the first time, where he was just never dodging attacks and I would die. So the fact that we've given him that extra dodge and he still didn't dodge, it's definitely not up there with Cooler, who is probably the best extreme 120 leader. But the fact that we can run them both together on this team is awesome. The good movie bosses. I'll have to try out a non-LR version of this team as well. It'll be a good place to show off the Great Ape Turles, who gets an awakening now with the Turles Dokkan event medals. He's a really good link partner for the Turles. I think they share all the same links apart from the Ape one having Saiyan Raw, so that will allow them both to hit a lot harder. Maybe we'll try out the physical legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and since we're going for the non-LR version, maybe try out AGL Tapion on there as well. Just mix it up and try out some of the other units that we don't normally use. So we took a lot of damage. Actually, no, we don't want to use the Sensu Beam now. We want to save the Sensu Beams, because Omega will like to mess with our rotations. I did a video recently, I can't remember which one it was, and I forgot to bring Sensu Beams, and we got a bit messed up by Omega ruining our rotations, and we didn't complete the event quite as quickly as I would have liked. But so Janemba got type advantage here. Wow, 2 million damage on a crit. That is considering, like I say, he is aimed primarily at being a defensive unit, that is pretty good. Let's double check exactly what I have given him. So yeah, he's got 12 dodge, 11 crit, and 3 additional. Obviously, he's got the 3 additional just so that he has a chance to additional. It's kind of like my philosophy of giving the units, all my units 3 dodge, is at least if they have level 3 in the ability, they have a chance to do it, whereas if I hadn't given him any additional at all, he would obviously have no chance of performing an additional attack. So even though the chance is going to be low, at least he has a chance. So maybe we'll see that come into play in this video. But like I said, the main goal for the build that I have set him up is to actually dodge as much as possible. So Broly getting a nice crit, bypass that type advantage. Yeah, you can see a huge difference when he doesn't get a crit. So the TUR version is going to be in the same boat, but he gets a crit as well. So nearly 750,000 from the TUR version. That is pretty decent as well. Other good options for the team would include the Tech Golden Frieza, who would obviously link very well with Cooler. I don't think we need to use the Sensu Beam here. Cooler will tank well. Oh, he's going to get a Dokkan attack as well. Yeah, I think I'm happy to give that to Cooler instead of Janemba. Hopefully we'll get a crit, but I was going to say, as long as Omega doesn't super, we will tank well. But, of course, he's going to start off by supering, which I believe his super attack lowers defense as well, which is why we will take a little bit more damage from his normal attacks now. Because Cooler is a unit who tanks solely based on how high his defense is. So when you get hit with a super attack that lowers your defense, you will notice your more defensive units get hit a lot harder after that. So let's see if Cooler can actually come in with a crit. No, but he still did 1,000,000 damage with type disadvantage, which I guess is not bad. And of course he crits on the normal attack. So now Janemba, 697, and then Metal Cooler, not going to do a huge amount at all, 70,000, well. Okay, so he's trying to lock in the TUR Broly, so let's do this, and then move them away, give that to you, and there you go, you can grab all of those. So there you go, Broly tanking nicely against neutral damage before super attacking. So that's the thing, LR Broly can tank well before he super attacks. It's launching his super attack that causes him to lose all of his defense. So tanking pretty well there. Turles locked in place in the front. Janemba at the back. I mean, this is the final part, so I guess we can do this. We can not worry about it. We don't really need to use a Senzu Bean on full health. So this is the friend Turles as well, who is plus 2000 and super attack 10. So let's see how he fares. So 17k from a normal attack. It's not the worst. Obviously, unable to crit. 217. I guess he does have that very good damage mitigation without the GT link. So I guess we shouldn't be too underwhelmed by that attack from Turles. Yeah, even Cooler not hitting for 500,000 with a super, so this guy does have some pretty decent damage mitigation. But we get the extra super attack, that's what we want to see. So closer to 1,000,000 total damage thanks to that extra super attack, so it's not too bad. And then a super attack from Omega, 100,000, and Janemba. How will the type advantage make up for the lack of GT? Well, almost a mil, so not bad. And there you go, there he goes again, not dodging any attacks. I'm pretty sure his passive is supposed to be 50% chance. So every single attack is a 50% chance that he'll dodge, I believe. Is it 50? Because I know Caulifla is 50% from her passive. I can't remember if they're the same or not. I think they are, but regardless, so you've got that, his passive, which the game will check to see whether that 50% procs first or not. And then if it doesn't, it will try and proc the 12% from his actual dodge, hidden potential stat. And none of them going off for those last couple of attacks, apparently. So hopefully one day soon I'll be able to pull LR Bojack, and then the Cooler Janemba rotation will be replaced by LR Bojack and the AGL TUR Bojack, but sadly I do not have him, so I'll have to wait patiently. We've got the double rates banner coming up soon. I probably won't summon on it unless the stone vendors are back up, but there you go. That is a quick look at the Movie Bosses team. Obviously we are going to be playing around with this team a lot more over the next coming week or two. Hoping to do a Movie Boss team race against either Y-Try or JCV, or maybe both. We have done a freeway race before, so we might try that out again. So let me know in the comments what you think. If there's a particular person you guys want me to challenge to a race with the Movie Bosses team, then also let me know. And who knows, maybe we can issue the challenge to see what happens. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen, or join my Discord. The link is in the description, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.